Seniac makes a small island for fishing. Also, Seniac doesn't realise how big he made the island. Seniac, it's so freaking expensive. Also, Seniac, we have like 10 million in the bank, boys. Seniac starts reclaiming land. Game. Whatever, man. Seniac using the sand texture brush. Game music intensifies. Me. He's gonna delete that. Seniac deletes it. Me. He's gonna delete that too. Seniac deletes it. Me. Ponders my clairvoyant abilities. Seniac, we are going to create an island. Me. Isn't the whole of FishTown an island? And I think on that note, guys, welcome back to another episode of FishTown here in City Skylines. Yes, we did create an island last episode for fishing, and the whole of FishTown is an island for fishing. But just let me have my moment, okay, guys? Let me have my moment. Today, we're going to do something pretty cool. I'm going to build a canal, which is going to allow simple and quick, easy water access from one side of FishTown to the other. You're probably thinking, yo, Sonic, where are you about to drop this canal right now? Well, I'll get onto it in just a moment. Before we do, if you have been enjoying FishTown, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new here, then make sure you subscribe so you're notified that the next episode does come out. But my fishing industry is oh my goodness me. We have one moment where there's not enough buyers for the fish, so they've got loads of fish in stock, versus there's not enough fish, so they can't sell the fish. I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't know what's happening. I just don't know. We are earning $83,000 a year from the fishing industry, which is beautiful. It did creep up to 100,000 this episode. And I've turned this little cargo harbour here off because these sheer amounts of cargo ships coming in and forming a huge traffic jam. I've turned it off for just a moment to kind of settle the seas, but the seas look like they've kind of have settled. So I think I'm going to turn it back on and see how it goes. This is what we built last episode, which eventually we will have people living on here because it is quite a distance to travel. But I want to make it a little bit easier for these guys. We do have a little harbour over there, which brings the ferries back and forth. I want to build a canal that pretty much splits the whole of this main island. And I'm thinking about running it directly through the middle of this area. I'm going to pick a side, either this side here or that side there, where it will tear through. It'll be a really nice view for some of these buildings with a canal going through the middle, but allow simple water access for ferries passing through to potentially, we'll probably build another harbour over on this side, but also get all this straight over to this new island. Now, what we haven't done is we haven't zoned this island, and what I want you guys to do in the comment section down below is give me some name suggestions for this island. We've got to have a good name for it, haven't we? We really have. So that's what I want to build today. A nice little canal going through, so we've got really good water access. So rather than having to go either up here and round or around here and down, we got nice little, because the only public transport we got is this little ferry line back and forth there, but it is kind of out of the way. So we'll have another one going in this way too. It's gonna be sweet. So, guys, we have to build a freaking canal right now. So I'm going to put the game into pause mode, and looking at the two little areas I could choose from, I'm going to do this side because it's too close to all of this over here. And if I go to my public transport view, we have a subway stop there. We don't really have one over here, but that's okay. We have the tram stop just there. Our next tram stop is over here, so this is the perfect one to tear through right now. It's going to be interesting. I'm probably have to keep the whole thing in pause mode while I do build this, because it's going to cause some issues. It really is. So, water restriction, do I go, how wide do we go and how deep? So, well, we're going to delete some of it anyway, so I might as well just kind of roll with it. So that is that kind of width. Oh my god, it looks so huge and scary right now, doesn't it? I could go this width. Nah, we're going to go for the wider one. So, right, I'm going to have to delete everything here.
I will replace it all down, but I'm going to delete it all. All the roads going across. Oh, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. No, I don't. And then I think we'll pick this section here. So we're going to have to anarchy it to kind of connect through. And it comes off the second one in, which will be here. There we go. And oh my good God. We kind of semi have anarchied in as well. The kind of roads and tunnels underneath, which are going to look really, really weird. Do you reckon that's a bit too deep looking at it? It could be a bit too deep. It's like, yo, Cynic, what kind of boats are you expecting to go through here? I don't know at this point. I don't know. And we get to there. And the slightly higher elevation will bring out by 40 to the sea. And by 40 to the sea. Do you reckon that is enough? Do you reckon? I don't know if it is. I might have to keep it at that depth. To that point, to there. Or we'll go the whole distance at that depth. Yeah. And I'm trying to see what how far I can like push it out. 'Cause I don't want it to go too far. Because it does look a little bit horrible. This is tough, isn't it? It's a tough one. Right, we'll go with that. And again, before I can put it to play mode and continue, we have to connect everything back up again. So, right. We had the tram road. Yeah, about to say them. What do we have here for a second? It's the freaking tram road connecting. And it's just pretty much a straight road or bridge going across it. There we go. We'll sort out all the elevation change and stuff like that a little bit later, but that's kind of how that rock and rolls. I'll do all the tram roads first. So, is this a tram road? 2-lane road with tram tracks. Yep. Straight across. Which creates the tram stops there. And we had one here as well. And I went straight across. Nice. Now, for the most part, that's all we kind of need to do, because I'll wait for it to kind of update itself, because the other roads I don't really need in at the minute. These are just the tram roads to make sure the trams are still connected and working. So I'll give it a minute or two to update itself. Why is this not working? Wait, hold on. How is that not a tram road? That made no sense. Also, that's where we want the bridge to be smack bang in the middle. So, everything is almost semi back to normal except from these ones here. But we have to kind of wait a minute or two, then it will update itself. But all the other roads should be connected. We've got that tram connection back in. So I just have to give it like a minute or two to kind of update. And while we're waiting, the water is now flowing through wonderfully. It's probably going to, they're going to clash and then cause a tsunami wave. That's updated itself right now. It's fixed its bug. Well, not bug, but it's reconnected. Oh, snap! There's no power. Of course, there's no electricity passing over. How can we forget about that? There we go, guys. You got power again. So yeah, this is going to now overflow itself. So what I'm going to have to do is just kind of reset the sea level. And just I might have to do it a few times until they kind of figure out the flow that they're going to be taking. Because they're both coming in from both directions. So I kind of have to keep resetting it until the flooding stops. Oh, do you know what I'm going to have to do actually? Pause. Right. Reset the sea level. Because it's still coming in from both sides. And it's not really going to work for us. So reset to sea level. I'm going to have to keep doing it right now. This is shocking me. Because I've already created the flow of water. Right, and once I get it sorted, where it flows into a dead end, I then should be able to push it out the other end. Right, I just gotta wait for this side to now kind of settle down. And for it to stop bringing water in. Alright, we keep resetting. And at some point it will slow down. It's still funneling the water like it, you know, like it needs to. That just needs a road going across there. I don't know how much this is going to change things as well, by having those 3 bridges. But already visually, it looks kind of dope, doesn't it? I might have the canal go all the way to the end here. Yeah, right, reset. Is it slowing down yet, this flow of water coming in? Yeah, it's slowly starting to pump itself back out. So, yeah, I think we could be good to go. Right, let me see what it would be like if I continued this to maybe here. Delete that part. As it funneled, because that's what would normally happen. Is it will follow the earth, the terrain. So, yeah. Are we still flooding again? Yeah. Alright, reset. Well, I'm hoping that will then update some of these. It's going to take a while before the water does kind of settle down. But I can't do it as deep as I've done it there for this one. It's just going to have to kind of come out. Unless I kind of follow it around to connect up to this part here. That could be like a really good, like we've dredged the bottom of it to kind of get it all over. Right, do we feel like it's kind of settled in the canal area? Yeah, you could argue the canal's all settled, but the outer side here is not fully settled just yet. So, right, with that said, I think we'll try and attempt it now. So if I just kind of go up to there, and if we reset the sea level, and let it do what it's got to do. So yeah, do I follow that around to bend to connect up to that area? It would be interesting, wouldn't it? It really would, but the torture we've got to go through to kind of get it to work is kind of crazy. Right, so if I had, let's say, a straight bit. Right, going over to here. And I kind of bent it around to connect. Apparently that's now an invalid shape. So it kind of merged into there then, so yeah. It's an artificial man-made canal. That's simply what it is. Now, has it deleted? Because of how low it is, it's naturally created its own line, which is perfect. But it hasn't destroyed the ones that we have set up for it, does it? No. Well, my only issue now then is the flooding that comes along with all of this I've just done. So if I can keep resetting sea level to the point where it's kind of just stops, we should be okay. Just keep resetting, keep resetting. You just got to get rid of the momentum that it kind of causes. But it does look pretty good, doesn't it? It does. Look how much water it's sucking from the coastline, because it is a big, huge dent in the water. But it could be. Look at this right now. Look, I've enabled that harbour again. Look at the huge traffic jam we have leading into it. That's what I mean. I might just kind of get rid of that altogether. So I don't know why they choose to go to this one over every other one. I really don't know. Right, flooding's happening again, boys. It's the flooding episode, boys. It's the flooding episode. Considering we're now got 3 bridges going across that canal area, it seems to hold itself up pretty well, doesn't it? You know, that's definitely a bridge joke. But look at the amount of vehicles trying to get over to here right now. What is going on with this cargo harbour? A part of me wants to just completely get rid of it. So that's going to be glorious when we start allowing boats to go through it. We're going to have to slightly raise it as well, the bridges. But it does look good, doesn't it? It's a nice little feature. Which, I don't know if you can get these to have the same kind of themed area structure to it. I don't know. Right, I think that's kind of settled down now, right? I kind of think it has. So, back to my logic, boys. The city seems to work fairly well with just 3 bridges, so I might only just keep those 3 bridges in at this point. And what we'll do with the roads is we'll just kind of end them. Almost like a cul-de-sac kind of system. So we'll come out by 7 on each one. I'm not going to place the actual cul-de-sac. Oh, actually, I could place the cul-de-sac road in, couldn't I? So if I came out by 5, let me just test this one. Let's see how it would look. Oh, it sticks out way too far. Okay, let me start that one again. Come out by 3. And then, where is it? How does that look? So you've got to come out by 3 when I do it. So let me try on the other ones. 3. 3. Do you know what? That looks pretty good, doesn't it? It does look pretty good. Alright, 3. 3. 3. Oh, damn, that looks so good. I do like this. I like this a lot. So 3 again. And I'll do the same on the other side as well. Oh, that really does end so nice. It really does end quite nice. And we do have the tunnel going under as well, so a lot of people do kind of cut that out, but we got those bridges cutting across. Sweet, mate. Sweet. Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy right now. So how's the traffic still over here then? I'm going to have to get rid of that then and allow them to use the other ones. Yeah. Oh, what have I just done? What have I just done? There we go. So this should technically be the same. Out by 3 on each one. Three. 3. And I just got to flip it round. It was slightly off-centered, that one was. Oh, damn, that was terrible. Alright, the zoning's all there. It's all good. Oh, man, it looks good. It looks good. I'm happy. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Okay. Right. So, do I cancel this one again? Do you know? I know it's Port Dixon, but we have the harbour here to class it as the Port Dixon area. I'm going to delete this because we have many export areas dotted around, so they have the ability to use something else. So that's fine by me. We've got this trail here again, passing through to this side, so it all filters in quite nice. And yeah, I think we're ready then. Pretty much ready to kind of get something set up. So pause again, because the boat routes, I noticed, because it gives it its own little boat route here, can we come off that? So, ferry pathway. If I was to delete the ferry pathway there and there, I don't know if that gets classed as being a part of it. So if I delete back, yeah, okay, you can cut across it like that. So with that said, I'm hoping that just creates a simple junction. And then this one. Oh, I messed that up, didn't I? That just connects to here. That would connect to there for that turn. So I'm trying to utilize the actual ferry connection through the middle of it. Okay. Okay. So then on this side, do we still want to do a ferry stop here? I feel like we should. Because it could be utilized for some types of ferries or whatnot. And I'm going to want it, do I want it quite close? Oh, coming off here. Right, if I drop it there, unhook the road and delete that, that becomes its final destination, its stop at the minute. If I do a little stop here, and then simply just a simple connection like that, and then it's all hooked up to this over here now. That's simply as it is. So what I'm thinking about doing is we do like a major looped ferry line right now that will kind of go around to pretty much every stop. I think that will be kind of handy. So we do like a global loop. And what I'll do here, so it becomes a little cut, you know, cut through here rather than going all the way up. It's going to depend on how you come back. Right, it should work. Let me go into play mode anyway. And where's you can't use really hard to see the ferry lines anyway. So sardine to humpback is that one. That's that one there, which I'll change to red. We got this one which I can barely see. I changed to green. Where's that one? It's this triple back over here. Then I have this ferry line 5, which again I can't see that one, so I'll change this to pink. Oh, which is this one over here. Yeah. Right, okay, so we don't have an official looped one at the minute. So I'm thinking what's the best way to loop it, because if I do create a global one, it's not going to go, it doesn't really warrant me going there to there to there, and that global one, because we already have the blue line in. So I kind of have to make it where it skips some of it to warrant it not going everywhere. So if I started it here, right, and then rather than go to these two, because obviously the green line can do that if you transfer there, it could go straight to here, and then doesn't need to go to that one because it's on the red line. Rather than go over to here to there, I can make it a stop off over here. So see, it's connected to these two, so you can transfer off any of these ferry lines here to go on the other routes. So it hits them three there. It hits at least one. It hits one stop on each of the current ferry lines. Then it will pass through to go over to here. Right. Then I won't make it go over to there. I'll just bring it over to here. Because again, it's hitting the one stop on the pink line. To still utilize that pink line. And then go back on itself. So we'll add a stop there. We'll... Did I just add a stop here? Yep. To then add a stop there to complete the line there. And that's quite a long ferry line right now. So that in itself will make orange, yeah? Is orange a good colour? Or blue? Light blue? Black? I mean, you can definitely see it, can't you? Yeah, we'll make it the black line. Right, sweet. So that would just chuck out now a load of ferries. And that'll take a while to sort itself out. But that one then will utilise a lot of stuff. So you're going to get a lot of people now walk down, ready to queue up on that ferry line. So it becomes another way to kind of navigate the whole of Fishtown. Which is actually quite exciting, isn't it? It really is. I like this. I like this canal. It's glorious. So artificial, so man-made right now. It's beautiful. So we've all now going to that harbour. Do we see where all these boats are kind of going to as a replacement harbour? I mean, there's lots going in. I think they're just evenly distributing themselves, aren't they? I think that's what they could be doing. We could probably utilise another few more in here and there. But we'll see how it goes anyway. We'll see how it goes. They could be using this one now, the way they're stacking and queuing up there for a minute. Right. Right. So, is this our first ferry going to pass through right now? It is. Oh, no, wait, there was one over here. I didn't even... Oh, snap, I didn't realise there was only one going through. So, it does hit the roads. That was inevitable. It's going to happen anyway. But not as much as you think it hits them. Not as much as you think. So, what we can do is we could select the 2 points either side and elevate them together. Now, my issue is with the stop here, isn't it? I'm going to have to just slightly move these along a little bit. So, put the stop here instead. So I can elevate that road with us. There we go. So then that becomes... What? Oh, the bridge is just a normal style bridge, isn't it? Yeah, so... The ferry doesn't hit that, but I'll raise it up a bit more. Right, wait for a ferry to go under. The top of it clips it, the kind of poles, but... It is what it is at the end of the day, isn't it? Right, we'll elevate these roads, this side and this side. But I won't turn them into a bridge. So we can keep the line going there. Which that should be enough. Pretty much, yeah. And then do the same thing over here. So we got a stop just over here. We're going to have to kind of move down. Just to there. So I can change this road to be in the elevated road that it should be. And rise that up. There we go. So we've slightly elevated all those roads then. So they become like, you know, visually you can tell they're now bridges going across. Which is cool. So the great thing is there's a stop here for the trams, which is really easy access for the transfer for the ferry line, the boats. Same thing happens over here. Really good little ferry line connection. And over there. Which gets more passengers over to this island. Now the black line there, the pink line goes over to here. You probably won't see many people use that pink line because it does pretty much take them over to the industry area, which is really not much going on in terms of people laying around until we do build more stuff over here. But it's a nice little system we have set up. Ferry line's going to kill the game right now. I'm impressed. I don't know about you guys, but I feel quite impressed. It adds a completely different dynamic to the whole area now, doesn't it? It really does. And I'm surprised we don't have as much traffic as it could have looked like we could have had. Considering we've only now got 3 bridges connecting across. But I'll take that, mate. I'll freaking take that. So with the short few minutes that new line has been running, how many passengers do we have? So it's this Ferry Line 60, the black one. We've had 65 passengers. There is 14 vehicles on that line. I don't know if it grants having 14 vehicles. Oh, no, don't delete it. No. But how many people are waiting? There's 200 waiting at this one. Which, where's that one? That's there. Holy moly! Right, it's dying. It does drop down when more and more people get to it. So, yeah. We just got to wait for those ferries now to kind of make their way over. But that's interesting, mate. That really is. But what a cool way to kind of split between it to get more people over here. It is pretty sweet, isn't it? Right, how much money are we making from the fishing industry? 68,000. It's slightly dropped a little. I don't know whether that's down to the amount of ferries that we've closed that one harbour. But we do need a few more export areas. So I think I might build a few more up and around here. Just to get away from the fishing industry, so we can have some general imports for these guys. Might even get that cargo airport added in. I keep talking about it for so freaking long right now. But I'm just not sure how I do. If I placed it over here, I don't know how I'd do the approach leading up to it. That in itself is something completely different altogether. But there's loads of options in which I can go down and doing it anyway, so it's not an issue for me. Now, we did have a load of people over here. How much of them get sucked up by this boat? I'll say about half of them. But there's more boats on their way. Damn! But anyway, guys, good end for here. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good. Bye.